Say it again. Say it again. Back at our regular scheduled time. I got the fellas with me. Plus, I got a few more guys with me. What's going on, man? Avery, you done started already, bro.
I didn't say one word. My man was running his lips. You already know the show gonna be an hour. He gonna run 50 minutes of it running his lips about nonsense. He gonna and I guarantee hold on. And I guarantee he gonna have 738 stats just to back up his
Hey, well, look, that's how y'all do it in Jacksonville, supposedly.
Yeah,
So, all right, man. Y'all done seen my man here before. Sports reporter without pay. I know why he not getting no pay, but we'll talk about that later. He got to say it again shirt on. It's my guy, Raymundo Lynn.
What's up, bro? You see, I came through, man. You ain't even introduced me yet. This dude over here running his lips, man.
I mean, to his credit, nobody knew who he was talking about, but
they know now.
All right, and then we got a first-time guest, man. Good friend of ours, play basketball with us all the time, Coach Joe Brown.
What it do, fellas? What it do?
What up, man?
What's up, man?
I can't call it, man. I appreciate y'all having me on the show, man. First timers, so y'all be easy on me.
No, everybody probably will.
Ain't gonna do that.
And Raylan and stuff.
You might as well count scrimmage on that one. What's up, Joe?
Well, you hell, boy. I just say that. All right, man. So we're gonna get right into this thing, man. We ain't gonna delay with it. So first, we're gonna be talking about Ja Morant. He won the most improved player, even though Sean Crawford thought he won the. Thought that he won the what's the name, but thought he won the MVP, but he didn't. Oh, there goes my guy. Yeah, man. Hey, man, you can jump on with us anytime you want to. You can have an Avery spot. I mean, you can come on. You can come on and talk to Avery. My fault. But hey, man. So Joe, did Ja Morant deserve the most improved player?
In my opinion, to be honest, bro, I think he did. He had the biggest gains in points, and I'm always of the mindset to the winner goes the spoils. So they fought and they pretty much had one of the best records in the Western Conference. He went from scoring maybe 19 points a game to 27 points a game, and really, if you look at their roster really not full of a lot of big name players, you know. So there's the other notables that they had up there, like Garland and DeJounte Murray. I mean, they put up big stats also too. San Antonio didn't win as much, but I think the fact that Memphis won more, Ja Morant deserved it more.
Got you. Ray Lynn, I think I already know where you stand, but go ahead and enlighten me anyways.
I know that's crazy, man. Memphis won so much, man, with all these no-name bums. They went 20-2 when he didn't play. That's crazy, right? So Ja Morant improved tremendously. I had no problem with him winning, besides the fact that the president has already been set by the league that word is usually reserved for like a breakout star, like a guy who like kind of comes out of nowhere. Even a guy with potential, like we saw with Brandon Ingram, we never really saw him fulfill that potential. Then he gets to New Orleans and they go, that's the guy we expected. Same with Oladipo, like in Orlando, then OKC, he gets to Indiana, that's what we expected. Like Ja Morant been a star since day one. You don't win Rookie of the Year, then win Most Improved. Like it just doesn't happen. That may be a first in NBA history, a guy win Rookie of the Year and Most Improved. So the only reason I didn't like it was I feel like it kind of takes away from a young up and coming guy who could have got that award, maybe a Miles Bridges, a Jordan Poole or something like that. Far as if you just going strictly by did he improve, like I got no issue with it, but just based off the precedent that's been set, that's not usually the type of player that gets an award. You don't be in contention for MVP and then win Most Improved. So that's the only thing I didn't like about
it. Henry Tucker, what you talking about? You got me kind of confused, or maybe it's just me. Got you, Ray. What you got, Avery?
Ray has said a whole bunch of nonsense, and the whole bottom line is: did he improve? Yes, he improved his scoring. Yes, did the team improve? Yes, I've been saying for a whole month he was going to win it. Okay, so by the criteria of the award, he's the most improved. Do I guess he's been in the league for 3 years, so he ain't been that long, so he has improved. I think
this is fourth year.
Now Zion is third. They came in the same draft, correct?
Well,
This is
the
third
Bucks-
year.
Right.
Oh, this is third.
I
Okay,
mean,
my fault.
they improved from a play-in team to an AFC to this. Nobody really expected this year. And I agree with you. I agree with one thing. I don't really call them no names. I think they have a decent team. And you're right, 20-2 without him, but his numbers have improved. That's the award. So
Now,
I
let
don't
me ask you a
even think
question
he was the
real
most
quick.
improved guy on this team.
who?
I don't even think he was the most improved guy on this team.
I think he is by his numbers.
Who knew who Desmond Bain was last year?
Would you all say this?
His numbers jumped 8 to 9 points. Come on.
What did Desmond Bain's numbers jump?
It probably jumped, I don't know, 5.
No, he jumped 9 points. He went from 9 a game to 18.
Okay, so like if Bain had won it, I was cool with it. I don't care if Bain won it. I didn't care if DeAndre Murray won it. I didn't care if Jordan Poole won it. I was actually rooting for Jordan Poole because I like where he came from. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people are arguing like he shouldn't have won it. That's the award, the most improved. He did improve.
But y'all make it sound like also too, like y'all knew that Memphis could have went 20-2 without John Morant prior. Looking at that roster, if y'all would have said John Morant would have been out, y'all would have guessed they would have been able to go 20-2. But they just developed the chemistry within each other throughout the season. They
got a good young squad. Just like right now, they in a dogfight with Minnesota. 2 good young squad. I believe they're gonna be formidable for years. So I'm just sorry. Like a lot of people have been trying to say, well, he the rookie of the year, he MVP conversation. Hey, go by the criteria. He one of the most improved. I'm supposed to be 3 years in a row, correct? So I'm good.
Got you, James. I see you got your little friend with you. What's going on, man?
Nothing chilling. Is he in the MVP race?
I don't think he's in it now. He's not the finalist. No.
Why not?
He's not in the finalist. They already named him.
But I'm just saying, why not? What's the criteria for MVP? His team was second in the West.
So is he better?
27 and 5 and
so is he over Giannis? Is he over Joker? And is he over?
But his team is up there. His team is better than Joker's team. I think 27, 6, and 7.
I'm just asking.
Why isn't he in MVP conversation?
Like,
probably because he missed games and his team went 20-2 without him.
Okay, he missed games. So why is it fair for him to miss games and not be in the MVP race, but he missed all them games to be most improved player?
Oh, that was a setup question. Look at you, James. That was a setup question.
Hold on. What did he say? I was trying to read the comments.
Well, the MVP, they want you to
wait a minute, but how's that fair though? So one criteria is more better than the other criteria? Like he played 57 games to get most improved player, but his team is second in the West, right? Second best in the league, right? Averaging almost 28 points a game, 6 assists and 7, but he's not in the MVP race, but his team is second in the West.
His team is second in the West because of him or because of his team?
So what's the most improved player?
No, I'm just asking the point. You can still be most improved. Y'all argued the same argument last year with Julius Randle, correct?
No, we didn't.
What I'm saying is, why isn't he in the MVP race then?
We're talking about the most improved. He's based on the most improved.
No, he's making his point, so you can't compare it to Julius Randle.
No, he's telling me he's the most improved.
But he comparing it to the MVP award. Nobody picked Julius Randle.
We already know why he did not get the MVP award because
he's in the top 5 for the MVP race.
But the MVP award is more prestigious than the MIP. Everybody knows that.
So what's the criteria though? What I'm saying is it's prestigious. Some people, for instance, like Baines, most improved would be prestige to Baines. It would be a prestige award that he just lost to a player who only played 57 games.
Which one's the higher award?
It don't make a difference. This guy played the whole season. This guy only played 57 games out of 82. Yeah, he get the most improved, but he got a guy on the team that averaged 9 one year, 18 the next year. He didn't get it. And he played significantly more games.
He had the same thing.
Who votes on it?
With the same record. So
same people, I think, that vote on everything. Honestly,
who votes on it?
Same people.
I think media.
And I think that, and I personally think they said what he's not gonna get an MVP, give him the MIP.
That may be
true.
I
mean, that's just me. You're basing off the 57 games. I'm basing the MVP off. He missed a lot. He missed over 30 games. They're not going to give him the MVP. However, you want to make this argument. But I can see.
I will say this:
games with this jump.
So I can say 40 games. And so last year when I was arguing, that Michael Porter Jr. should have got it because he went from 8 points to 22 points, and you were like, oh, he didn't play enough games.
I didn't say that.
He didn't play enough games. He played 57 games.
Also, your argument was he didn't play enough games. Your argument last year was his points, right? You say he didn't make a big jump. My argument was his team made the jump, correct? That was my argument.
It doesn't
right?
make a difference. It's most improved player.
Did his team make a jump with him?
Yes, his team was in the race because Murray went out and he made the jump as an improved player. He improved as a player because Murray went out.
Go ahead, Chuck.
He improved.
Yes, my
and his team was the same, so that's the case. Joker should be in the MVP race because his team made jump.
I told you he was going to win it. I'm good.
So Joker should be the MVP race because his team didn't jump anywhere.
You just mad because I told you so for 3 years in a row. Go ahead, Chuck.
Told me so what?
3 years in a row I've gotten this right.
Because it's bogus. Like,
it's okay. How you want to
John Morant shouldn't have got it.
The criteria fits.
All right, go ahead and let Chuck get in there. Because y'all two will be talking about Burger King or McDonald's, which one more improved all day. Go ahead, man.
Shut up, man. Shut up. I personally don't think he should have got it. I mean, and in my opinion, I don't think he thought he should have got it. That's the reason he gave the award away. But y'all know I was a stickler. To me, in my personal opinion, I chose Darius Garland because I felt like he had to carry his team all year. And he's just a victim of the playing games. If there's no playing games, he carried his team to a playoff. I mean, the playoff games hurting everybody. So my guy was Darius Garland. Of course, I know I love Poole, but I was just rocking with Garland because he pretty much carried the entire Cleveland Cavaliers team all year. And everything jumped for him. He pretty much, I don't know what his average, but I know most of the times I watched him, it was 20 and 10 a lot of the times. So that was my pick. Again, to me, in my eyes, Ja is pretty much maybe a superstar, borderline superstar, and I don't feel like those type of guys should get most improved, in my opinion. So I don't think he should have got it. And by his actions, by giving it to Bane, I think he probably felt somewhat the same way. Like, I think he thinks not on an arrogant tip, but I believe he believes himself above that. Yeah. So I think that's kind of why he gave that award. But I don't agree with it. I don't think he should have got it. I thought it should have been Poole, Garland, and I
like Bane. Bane's one of them. I like Bane. So, I'm just saying, by the criteria, when y'all was shocked by him getting in it, I wasn't shocked. It's just by the criteria what they've been going by the last 3 to 4 years. In the last 3 to 4 years, they've been doing the same exact thing. Y'all didn't think, well, I'm going to say Ingram, but y'all were hard on me with the Julius Randle. Hard.
But to be honest, Phyllis,
with Julius Randle, the reason we felt I'm more of a critic on Julius Randle than I am Ja, because at least Ja made a huge jump. To me, Julius Randle been giving them same numbers every year.
But it's the New York team.
That's why I think we were so hard on him. Not because we didn't think he carried his team, but his production was pretty much.
But Chuck, I will say this. Oh, go ahead, Joe. Then I'll round it off and we can go to something else.
That's what I was going to ask. So, are we just like, I guess, victims of the moment? Because really, was Ja Morant a superstar last year? When did 19 and 7 become superstar, or was his highlight plays?
And that's what I was about to say, Joe.
James already hit him a superstar. He said MVP.
But Avery, I will say this now.
27, his team second in the West. Like,
so that's a huge jump.
Yeah. So then guess what? You know who I think should be leading scorer of the league? Trae Young. He averaged the most points. Hell, I don't care about that 27. Go ahead.
All right, so what I was about to say was, James.
Go ahead.
All right, so check me out. So this is my thing with it. With Ja wasn't an all-star last year. Ja didn't make any all-NBA teams. Ja will go from not making an all-star team, not making any NBA teams, to possibly making the first team this year. If you look at the first team all-NBA,
he played 57 games.
I don't know if that matters because so tell me this, James. No, okay, James. So tell me this then: who deserves to be first team All NBA at the guard position?
Devin Booker and Luka Doncic.
I would say that.
Okay, that's fine.
Good.
Okay, that's fine.
No argument there. So we can respect that.
Cool. So even so, Ja goes from not making any team to make a second team. Because who will make it over him on second team?
No, that's gonna be him and Steph. He's gonna be second team locked.
So you go from not making any All NBA team. You go from not making any All NBA team. All NBA is to me is the
okay. So why is he in the MVP race then?
He's not in the MVP race.
Everybody can't be in the MVP race.
What he's
But his
asking
team
you
is
is why,
second in the West.
he asking y'all why is he not?
Why is he not?
Based off what y'all saying,
Okay,
and how
I
he's
give you
doing,
why,
is
and
he
I'm
not?
telling you
That's
again,
what he's asking.
even it's kind of like a double negative, bro.
His team.
You upset that he had the MIP, but then you upset that he's not an MVP race. He only played 57 games, right? I'm really not disagreeing with you. I just told you he was going to
Man
be
played
MIP.
76 games.
I get you. I'm not disagreeing with you. All the people you said that should be the MIP, I would have had to argue with none of them, not one of them. So I just had a feeling. Hold on, I just had a feeling that he was going to get it based on what they were talking about. And number two, the MVP is a more prestige award, so the MIP they're really not going by games. The MVP they are.
So
Did Joker deserve the MVP over Embiid? Or did Embiid lose because he didn't play that many games last year?
And then also too, when you look at Ja, he had a career high in everything except for assists and free throws. He had a career high in points, career high in blocks, career high in steals, career high in rebounds, career high in three-point percentage, career high in field goal percentage, career high in minutes played per game.
Yeah, but he played only 3/4 of a season, missed 27 games too.
But they can still be in the MIP because they probably say he deserves something. I mean, that's just the way it goes, James.
Right,
I'm sorry, Chuck. What were you saying?
We got to move on. We got to move
Go ahead,
on.
let Chuck go.
We're good.
Okay.
No, we're good.
All right. Because I'm pretty sure we could talk about that all day. NBA playoffs. Give me one thing that surprised you and one thing that disappointed you. James, what you got?
Same thing surprised me. The same thing that disappointed me. I'm surprised.
I think me and Jay said the same thing. Can I help
We all
you?
know.
Can I help you?
The Nets.
The sweet.
The sweet.
There we
Didn't
go.
see that coming at all.
And Ty and Kirby talking about Brooklyn 7. That surprised me.
That surprised me too.
I said the same thing. I did too.
No, I'm talking about when we're down 3-0.
Oh.
I mean, you got to stay with your daggone pick. Everybody ain't gonna switch the pick because if I ain't mistaken, let me look at the picks from last week.
I'm the only one to pick Boston in 6.
Yeah, but you still picked them in 6. You picked it to go 6.
That's why I'm surprised they got swept. I ain't they gonna get swept now.
Man.
Nah, ain't nobody thought that.
Nah, come on. After game 1, that game winner, I ain't they gonna get
And then in game 2, they was up by 17. Like,
I ain't they gonna get swept now.
Not at all. I don't think nobody would have guessed that one.
go ahead.
Man.
Yeah, go ahead, because we're gonna talk about Brooklyn later anyway. So go ahead.
For me, I think the team that surprised me the most in the playoffs would be New Orleans, man. For New Orleans to go from where they were and to go from the play-in and to actually compete against the finals runner-up like they're doing right now. They tied 2-2 with a chance to still win it. And granted, Devin Booker is out right now. They got a young, strong nucleus, man. And them boys hungry. They're playing tough defense. And they got some young boys not afraid to take shots. And they competing right now, man. So that would be my biggest one of my biggest surprises and disappointments. We already said it, the Brooklyn Nets, man. Brooklyn Nets.
All right, Ray, what you got, man? Because you look like you pondering something over there, man. Look like you got something cooking in that brain.
What's the question again? What am I surprised?
The question is, what's one thing that surprised you so far in this playoffs? What's one thing that disappointed you?
The one thing that has surprised me has been Jordan Poole. Like, we knew he could hoop, but he playing on a whole different level. And the fact that the three of them are playing well together, like the thought process had to be that, hey, when Clay comes back and he really hits his stride, somebody's going to suffer, right? And you think maybe Jordan Poole's going to have to cut his minutes. I'm still like kind of anxious to see how that's going to work once Steph is back in the starting lineup. But all three of them hooping together, like, and the Warriors have their new death lineup, but it all kind of hinges on Jordan Poole being as good as he's been so far. We knew, like I said, we knew he could hoop. I didn't think he'd be as good. That was surprising. What disappointments? I really don't have any major disappointments. Everybody talked about Brooklyn. Like I said, they were going to lose in 5, and they lost in 4. Not surprised. I'm not even surprised at New Orleans. Chris Paul is Chris Paul in the playoffs. None of that. So I'm not.
I knew you was gonna find a way to take a shot at Chris Paul.
No,
I knew.
I'm just.
And my man threw you the alley. The alley oop too.
Listen, man. Chris Paul build y'all up to let y'all down every single year. You know what's been disappointing? James Harden. That's what's been disappointing, right? Because for all the years that he's caught flack in the playoffs, he wasn't as bad as people said, but he's really playing bad, right? He's playing awful. So I guess it would be that, but no, like Chris Paul is doing what Chris Paul do. Like y'all expect him to do things that he's just yeah. So that's it for me, man. Chris Paul is Chris Paul.
I'm sorry, but I don't understand what we were expecting. I mean,
Me either.
Like I don't agree. I don't agree. I understand. We understand.
What do you mean?
Hold on.
What do you expect from a 60-win team in the playoffs?
You said Chris Paul.
That's he on that 60-win team, ain't he?
This is crazy. He said Chris Paul. He flipped it to the 60-win team.
What do you mean? He's on that 60-win team. Time out. Don't do that. Don't say he said Chris Paul. Then said the 60-win team. Last year when Chris Paul came to Phoenix, all the success they had, it was all point guard this, point guard that, and it's because Chris Paul went there. It ain't no Devin Booker. No, Chris Paul the best player on that team. And now this year, when they started off hot, Chris Paul was the MVP candidate. They're a 60-win team. He's the leader. He's the veteran. He's the point guard. Of course, he's supposed to get the criticism based on what the team does. It's the team and it's Chris Paul. They should not be tied up 2-2 with the New Orleans Pelicans just because.
So Ray, you think if you take the best player off of any team, you don't have this issue?
I think. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Ty. So Devin Booker the best player now?
On the team, yes.
And I've been saying this since last year, but now it's not Chris Paul, right?
No. That's not the same thing. The best player doesn't always make you the most valuable. They're not the same thing.
Because what we saying is just because you're the best player, like they made the jump when Chris Paul got there, though.
Yes.
So listen, here's my issue with that. Here's my issue with the. You just went back to it. They made the jump when Chris Paul was there. Who was the best? Who was the best player on the Lakers championship team in the bubble? Who's the best player on the team?
AD to me.
AD.
Who got the Finals MVP?
AD.
Got all the credit?
Nah.
I
don't know.
Me personally, AD.
Let's do this. Because you already know where I was going with that, Chuck. I'm in agreement. I think AD was the best player, right? Who does the masses say the best player was? Who got the MVP? No, listen. Who got the Finals MVP and who got the credit, right? Fans and media choose when and how they want to give credit to the player who came in and made a difference.
So hold on,
AD came into LA, nobody went LA's most valuable.
So you saying Iguodala better than Steph?
Can I ask you this question? Was the Phoenix Suns good before Chris Paul, after Chris Paul got there?
Was the Lakers good before or after AD got there? I'm answering your question with a question.
There's no point of the argument.
Listen,
when y'all answer my question,
I'm with you, Ray.
I'm answering your question.
I'm with you, Ray.
I'm not going to answer it how you want me to answer it. I'm going to answer it how Ray want to answer it. I'm going to answer your question.
I'm with you, Ray.
Answer your question. I'm not going to talk about the Lakers. I'm going to talk about Chris Paul and Phoenix, right? When people go,
yes or no?
When people go, no, it's not just a yes or no. Ray
goes, it is a yes or
no. No. We're not doing that. Ray don't get backed into a corner. Ray don't get painted into a corner. Just
you don't have to
because I told you to.
Yes or no?
Let him talk. Go ahead, Ray.
Because he's about to go on this soliloquy for no reason.
You can't even
let him go. That's why you're on the show.
Say the word. Soliloquy.
That's what I said.
When people say, "Oh, this team wasn't good," they added this player, and now they're good. That don't make that player the best player. It means that the best player that was already there.
We never said he was the best player, right?
Let him finish, y'all. Go ahead, Ray.
But James, we already said that. We know all of us agree that he was the best player on Phoenix. We've all said that.
Listen. Even that valuable word, right? Even that valuable word. Right? Just because a player is the guy who comes in, maybe he's the missing piece. It was the same thing in Houston. Chris Paul went over and then they became better in a contender. He wasn't the best player nor the most valuable on that team.
Let me ask you a question, Ray. Ray, let me ask you a question,
Ray. It's yes. It's yes.
So, Ray, let me ask you a question real quick.
I'm listening,
Ray, bro.
I'm asking you a question. So when Golden State was making their title run, Steph Curry the best player, right?
Yep.
Do you also think that Steph Curry was the most valuable player on the team?
Yep.
No.
I don't think. I disagree.
Who's more valuable?
And I equate that to this year. When did Golden State start spiraling?
When Draymond Green went out.
Draymond Green got hurt. They were the best team. Like I get tired of people saying Phoenix. I get tired of people saying Phoenix was the best team in basketball all year. I disagree.
Hey Chuck, what did Golden State look like when Draymond played and Steph didn't play?
Trash. What you mean? Extremely trash.
Because you're making the case that Steph is the best player, but Draymond is more
this year
valuable.
right here.
What did they look like the year that Steph broke his hand and only played 5 games in Draymond?
They had
What did they look like?
nobody.
They had the same people they had last year.
Everybody was hurt.
They didn't even have Clay.
They
Everybody
had
was
the
hurt.
same people they had last year.
Ray, everybody was out.
And James over here agreeing with him.
So Clay played last year?
They had the same people, but they was young though.
No, their main
Ray, they had the same, but they was young.
And I'm not saying that, Kev. But I'm not saying that. But what we saying is, Draymond. Okay, if Steph is the engine, Draymond is the tires. You can't go nowhere without neither one of them.
So Draymond's the engine.
However you want to look at it, right?
You take
Steph the
Draymond
tire,
Green off that team. You take Draymond Green off that team. Golden State is still a very, very good, formidable team and still could contend. You take Steph Curry off that team, and they're the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Not the way Poole playing.
Which Minnesota Timberwolves? The ones right now or the ones last year?
Man, please. Y'all talking crazy. I ain't doing that.
All right, my fault.
Now you don't want to do
I do agree with you, Ray, Lynn.
We want to yes
the Phoenix. I think Phoenix should
we
be
gotta
up.
go around the world with you. That's
I don't
what
think it
love
should be
about
2-2.
this, man. I
All
love
right,
Ray.
go ahead, Chuck. My fault, man. My fault, Chuck. Go ahead, man.
I done forgot the question. What
What surprised you and what disappointed you?
Surprising. I was going to also piggyback off Ray. I think Jordan Poole. Most of the times when somebody's balling out of control all year and they get that first taste of the playoffs, you expect a decline majority of the time. It seems like he's elevating more. So I'll go with that as my surprise. Disappointment. Right at this current moment, I'm getting disappointed in Philly because if they mess around, bro, if they mess around and lose Game 6, sheesh, because Embiid, I don't think he's 100. I think he's more.
Well, yeah, y'all talk about AD getting hurt all the time. I don't hear nobody saying nothing about Embiid.
But Embiid's playing.
Everybody know that.
No. I'm not gonna knock Embiid. I'm not gonna knock Embiid. Embiid's playing.
Embiid, he's playing, but he did the same mess when they lost to Toronto.
But that's fine.
Did the same mess before.
AD issue
his
is
stomach was hurt. His stomach was hurt this game. His toe was hurt this game. His fingernail was off the next game. Come on, man.
I mean, right now that's irrelevant because he's playing.
And I like Embiid.
If he was sitting
I'm
out
just
games
saying,
and not playing, then you might have some merit. But right now he's playing. So I don't feel like he's 100%. He's trying to play through it. Harden just need to be aggressive and just shoot the ball. I don't care how many times, and just go out with a bang. But right now they about to be my disappointment because if they lose Game 6,
I ain't gonna lie. I think KD
they
hurt.
might mess around and break. They might mess around and break history and lose Game 6.
Them clamps hurt. That's what it was.
Talk to him, Avery. Say it again.
They clamped them down. That's
Say what Avery said again.
So Avery. So my thing is this.
Them up. Look, they did.
You really think the defense was that good, or you think you just
Yes.
If you watch basketball the second half of the season, you knew Boston's defense was that good.
Yes.
I have a question
I
for y'all.
disagree
Because I watched KD play for years, and I'm going to agree it's Boston defense, but at the same time, I've never seen KD miss these shots with defense or without defense.
Hey, they put the hammer down the wear and tear. Listen, that wear
I
and
agree,
tear.
but he still don't miss them shots like he was.
He averaging 40 minutes a game. Plus, that's not KD style.
I mean, hey,
he's probably the most efficient basketball player in history.
So Avery, I'm gonna ask you a question, and then we're gonna go to the next topic.
Usually take him. They roughed him up.
Grass ain't always greener. He missed.
All right, let me ask you one question. Let me ask you a question, Avery, and then we're gonna move on.
Go ahead, Tom.
So you was a pretty good player back in the day at one point when you had the McDonald's check with the unlimited Happy Meals and all that, right?
What's up, man?
No. So I'm going somewhere with this. Just stay with me for a second. I know I said Happy Meals and you got distracted, but if somebody ever played good defense on you, right? Did you ever feel like it was the defense, or you because you was a pretty good scorer? So did you ever feel like it was the defense, or you just feel like you didn't play good?
Of course, that's my competitive juice.
I just
as my competitive
it's a yes or no question.
I'm gonna say no. It's me not playing good. Of course, I'm not mad at that. But if you look at the game, has anybody ever seen KD play like this?
I never seen him not be explosive. I mean, granted, he's not explosive. He's not an explosive athlete, but I never seen him not be able to create space.
Last night he was aggressive.
He was aggressive. I don't know where he was at.
I don't know who he was,
but I never seen him not be able to create separation like that either. It got to be an injury.
Wow.
I
You
would
know
not
what?
be.
I'll take it because he been beat up all year. He got worried about Kyrie with his sage and the virus, and he want to take days off to go hunt camel. So yeah, I'll be injured too. Yeah,
But I got to give it to him now. I never seen nobody block KD shots like Tatum was doing. So I mean I get it. I'm not saying he wasn't playing good defense. I'm just telling you, man, something did not seem right.
It's just not Tatum defense. Their overall team defense is top notch.
No, I mean, they got a lot of people that
won in the NBA in defense, and all around from just even the players off the bench. When Grant Williams come in the game, I mean, he hits corner threes and all that, but he straps up. Everybody that gets in the game, they gritty, man.
So I want to see if they're going to strap Giannis up.
We about to find out when that big African dude come to Boston. We about to find out big Nigeria, whatever he is.
I want to see them strap him up.
We about to find out how good they are.
Y'all know what, man? What really happened is
you talking
life got so easy playing next to 30. Y'all forgot. Y'all really thought KD was 78. Y'all really thought he was 78. That's all it is. Life real easy. Life real easy next to 30.
He's had his own team in OKC, Cordova. Remember he lost 3-1.
Hey, he had a tough series. He beat that same Boston team last year, didn't he?
Listen here, boy.
No, Jaylen Brown was injured. They had all the injuries in that.
Oh. Now we talking about injuries. Come on, man. Hey, look. We're gonna switch topics. We're gonna switch topics.
Hey, Tyree.
Y'all on that stuff tonight.
Tyree.
Kyrie was hurt last year too, right?
I gotta live up to my.
Was Kyrie hurt?
Not in the first round last year.
Not in the first round.
James Harden was.
Tyree, I gotta live up to my reputation because Avery said I'm gonna bring 1,000 stats. I just want to bring something to your attention. In his last series in OKC, Kevin Durant, 42%, 37%, 48%, 47%, 44%, 42%, 48%. While with Golden State, 59%, 50%, 60%, 56%, 51%. Life was real easy when he was playing with 30.
It's easy for us.
Life was real easy playing with 30.
Let's act like it wasn't easy for everybody.
Look what we got around him.
Let's act like it wasn't easy for Steph and them too now.
Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors won 67 games, won a championship, won 73 games.
It's easy for anybody with them,
without Kevin Durant. Let's not do that.
It's easy
watch this.
But when he went down with that Achilles tear in the finals,
and they beat Kevin Durant when they were down 3-1.
Look, it's easy for anybody. They're not helping off with none of those shooters.
Okay, and I got you. But when he got hurt, what happened?
Was it only KD that got hurt?
Now we want to bring other people into it, but I ain't ask you that. When he got hurt, what happened?
What you mean you didn't ask me that? Because that's part of the equation.
When he tore his Achilles, what happened?
When he tore his Achilles, they won the next 6 games straight. He tore his Achilles against Houston. They finished him off.
He didn't tear his Achilles versus Houston.
He tore his Achilles versus Houston. They said it was his calf. They ran the next 2 off against Houston with Steph going crazy.
So if he tore his Achilles, why did he come back and play?
Then Steph proceeded to scorch Dame Lillard for 37 a game in the Western Conference Finals, going 4-0, and then KD tried to make a comeback in the finals. What would you say again, Ty, about when KD got hurt? Talk to me again.
I'd have had enough, man. Bye.
Yo, you can't do that.
Can't do that, man.
Yeah. So that's what happened.
So he thinks he think it's just Toronto, like he got hurt in Toronto. That's the second time he got hurt. He forgot that they smoked Houston and Portland before they got to Toronto. So
man, it got easy for both. It was easy for both of them, man.
Easy for everybody.
Hold on. Wait a minute. So y'all telling me the guy that won 73 games and was the only unanimous MVP ever? Never mind. Go ahead.
I mean, they still lost in the finals.
You're right.
Regardless of how we look at it,
to me,
the person that we said that was valuable,
I mean, the stimulus package they gave him because they shouldn't have lost. Draymond didn't get ejected. But
Draymond ain't valuable though, according to somebody.
Don't twist my words while I'm here. Do it while I ain't on the show.
No, we'll do it here. No,
don't say I said Draymond's not valuable. That ain't what I said.
Oh,
because I big up Draymond all the time. I didn't say he's not valuable. That ain't what I said.
So what'd you say then?
Say he ain't more valuable than Steph. That's what I said. It's a big difference.
But I'm confused. When he doesn't play, they suffer more.
They
To me,
went
like,
8-10 with Steph out the lineup this year.
But
They're
they didn't
under
win the
500
ultimate
team.
goal. You can give me them stats, you can give me them games all you want to.
No,
But
no,
it came
no,
down
no.
to it when
Chuck,
Draymond
Chuck.
hurt the team, they lost the finals.
He said
This
they
year, when
made better
Draymond
than
don't play,
this.
they went from first, almost slipped out of top 3 when he didn't play.
What's the Warriors record when Steph don't play, Chuck? How you gonna tell me that don't matter? They were 20-17 when Draymond missed games. They were 8-10 when Steph missed games. The
And
Warriors
again-
was 1-9 last year when Steph missed games.
And again,
Oh,
'cause
yeah,
you
2017,
going back,
8-10.
Listen to my statements. I said this year. You keep
This
going to
year,
past,
they were
because he asked the
8-10 in
question, he
games
said-
Steph missed.
Iris
That's
said
under
right now, who's the
500,
most
sir.
valuable? I said
That's
Draymond.
under 500, sir. They were 8-10 in games Steph Curry missed. Talk to me. That's under 500, ain't
And
it?
what were they when Draymond? They ain't win nothing.
They were 20-17.
2017, there was 3 games over 500.
You like stats, do the percentage on them numbers.
It's over 500.
Do the percentage.
It's over. I'm telling you, it's over 500. 20 is more than 17, is it not?
All right.
They
Okay.
won more games than they lost with Draymond out.
All
They
right.
lost more games than they won
And you
with
compare
Steph out.
37
Talk
games
to me,
to
Chuck.
18 games.
You do
and
math?
math.
You do math, Chuck?
I do this for a living. Yes.
It's 20 more than 17?
Yes.
It's
Yes.
10 more than 8. So
And
they
you have
won
a
more
bigger, you
games
have a big,
than
you
they
have a
lost
bigger
with
number versus a
Draymond.
smaller number, so
They
your numbers
won
are going
more
to be better,
games.
right?
They
If
won
you,
more
if you take
games than
37
they
games,
lost when
you take
Draymond was
18
out.
games,
They
your numbers
lost
going to
more
be
games
better.
than they
I
won
do
when
this.
Steph was out.
I do this. You take 37 games, you take 18. The 37 is going to have a better chance of having a better percentage. I do this.
What do you mean it's going to be better?
They
They are below
Your
500.
numbers
You
are
can go
going
to
to be
any.
right.
Listen, you can
Your
go
numbers
to
are
any
going to be
year.
better.
You can go to any year.
You have
You can go like last 5
you have
years.
more
They're a
opportunity.
losing team when Steph
You
Curry
take
doesn't play.
37 games,
Right.
and you take 18
They are a
games.
below
You have the best
500
chance of having
team
the
when
best
Steph Curry
percentage for
doesn't play.
37 games, right?
Below 500,
Now, I'm
Chuck.
doing a yes or no question. Is that yes or no?
Below 500,
I'm
Chuck.
doing a yes or no question. Is that yes or no?
Below
barely
500, Chuck.
You didn't
8
answer
and
every
10.
question. I'm gonna see if you answer mine. Yes or no?
8-10.
He's not gonna do it. He's
I
not
know
gonna
he's
do
not
it.
gonna do it. I know he's not gonna do it.
You damn right I gotta be right. I'm always right. They
It's
lost
crazy.
more
It's
games
crazy.
than they
Trying to be
won
right is
when
making you
Steph Curry
completely
didn't
wrong.
play.
More wrong than you already are.
Chuck, you're making an assumption. I'm giving
No,
you
I'm
a
not.
fact.
No, I'm not.
I'm giving
That's
you a
math,
fact.
bro. You
No,
take
here's the
37
math.
games.
The
You
math
listen to me.
is when
Listen to me.
Draymond
Listen
Green
to me.
did not
Listen to me.
play,
Listen to me.
they
Listen
won
to me.
more games than they
Listen
lost.
to me.
When
If you
Steph
take
Curry did not
37
play,
games,
they lost
you
more
take
games than
37
they
The math
won.
is,
Those are
Somebody-
facts.
Ja Morant don't play.
I'm about to
Memphis
do.
is
I'm about
better.
to do you. I know, James. I'm about to do them like I do my students when they try to tell
And
me.
none
I'm
of us
wrong.
believe
You
that.
take 37 games.
Right.
Uh-huh.
You take 37 games.
You about to
You
make an
take
assumption.
18 games.
You about to make an assumption.
Which scenario in this fact is going to have the best
Assumption.
percentage of having a better percentage? The 37, correct?
Assumption.
How's
That's
that
Assumption.
assumption?
You're making an
Go-
assumption
Go
that
ahead,
based
man.
on
Go ahead,
37
man. Go
games,
ahead, man.
I
We
got a
good.
better
We
percentage.
good.
The
We
fact
good.
is,
We good.
in the
We
games
good.
Draymond Green
We
missed,
good.
they
We
won
good.
more than they lost.
We
In the
good.
game Steph Curry missed,
We
they
good.
lost more than they won. That's a
We
fact.
good.
All right.
Thank you, Kev. I'm
100%
talking
fact.
percent. He don't want to hear that because he don't want to be wrong. There's a difference in
I'm
the
not
amount
wrong.
of
I gave you
games.
facts. I
If
gave
you
you
take
facts.
more games, that's not
I
facts.
gave you. It's not a fact. It's not a fact that they lost more games than they won when Steph Curry missed.
But you're trying to equate that to who's the most valuable. That is
No, I
not
just gave you a
fact.
fact. No, I just gave you a fact. Forget
No,
the
no, no,
assumption
no,
at the
you
end.
You
Forget
gave me
the
the numbers
conclusion
and
you
said,
draw
okay,
from it.
because I gave
Hey,
you
Chuck,
these numbers, you're wrong.
Chuck,
That's
Chuck,
not true.
Forget
That's
the
what you
conclusion
did.
you draw from it. Forget whatever you think of it at the end. The fact is, when Draymond Green missed games, they won more games than they lost. When
And the
Steph
fact
Curry
is,
missed
you're
games,
using a stat
they
to tell
lost
me
more
I'm
games
wrong
than they
and you're
won.
wrong.
That's a fact. You can't dispute a fact.
And a fact is, when you take more games and you take less games,
That's not a
the more
fact.
games is
That's
going to
an
have.
assumption. That's an
No, it's
assumption.
not.
That's a
It
guess.
is
All right. Look, I'm about to
If
put y'all
it's
through.
I
I'm
might
about to
have a
put
better
y'all
percentage.
through.
No. That's not
Hey,
a
look.
You
fact,
keep
Chuck.
your stats. I keep math, but I do that for a living. So you can't.
I
play
just
with
gave
me
you
with that.
math. You just didn't like it because it didn't.
No, you gave me the stats.
I gave you math. That's
You
a
gave me
fact.
stats.
Those are numbers.
You gave me
Those
stats.
are numbers, Chuck. When you
You can
lose
give me
more than
stats
you
and do a math problem,
Chuck,
and it's two different
Chuck,
things.
When
can't-
you
that's
lose
not
more
the
than you
same
win,
thing.
that's below 500. Is
That's
it
not
not?
the
That's
same
math,
thing.
Chuck.
That's a good one, man.
I lose
That's
10
good.
games out of
That's a good
18. That's
comment.
below 500. That's
not the
math.
same
Come on,
thing.
math
Yeah,
teacher.
hey,
Come on, math teacher. If I win 20 and lose 17, that's above 500.
we
Math
need to
teacher.
make
sure
It ain't the same team, math teacher.
Iris, you can move on.
When they
It's
went
not
1
the
and
same
9
thing.
last year,
It's not the same
they
thing.
went 1 and
I
9
do
when
numbers.
Steph missed.
You
I'm
using
giving you
somebody-
numbers. You
use-
just don't like them.
The
You don't
difference
do
is
numbers
use
like
somebody
me,
else's
Mike.
numbers. I'm using
You
what
do
I know.
numbers like
You
me.
use somebody else's numbers.
You
But they
do
were
fake
not
numbers.
even what they be
I'm
talking
giving
about.
you
They
real
not
numbers.
go with the
All right,
Cowboys.
you can
All
move
right.
on. Nah, you can move on.
All right.
You can move on.
Hold on, man. My man said,
He
hold
was
on.
with the
Q
Miller
said,
Mott.
Dag Ray, you with the Miller Mott education?
Fanboy, he can get on here and get this work too, because I'm giving real numbers.
No,
Real numbers.
no, you ain't. No, you ain't.
What false numbers I give, Chuck? You can't even
All
say
right,
what
all
false
right, all
numbers
right.
I give.
We
I never
moving
said
on,
your
man.
stats was wrong.
We
What I'm
moving
saying is
on.
that you can't make my point wrong because of
Y'all
stats.
two, hey, look, y'all two take a break, man. Y'all two take a
Oh,
break,
you
man.
gave Chuck a break?
Good. It's
Oh,
great,
I'm
man.
proud of you.
I'm trying to-
James, give a clap,
Hey,
bro.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get through the show, man. Like what Martin say? The show, man. The show. The show must go
Hey,
on.
I am proud of you. You gave Chuck a break? Wow.
And I'm proud of you too, man. 3-man show tonight, man. God almighty, man. Jeez. Hey, man. Order in the court. Dang it. I want some order in this mug.
This is ridiculous, man.
Gracious, man.
I still get it. And these two jokers at it. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it.
All right, man. All right. So hey, I just take a time to skip over topics, see if we can get back to it. Current top 5 in the NBA. I'm gonna go first on this one, man. I got Giannis number 1, KD number 2, Steph 3. Hey, Ray, you need another timeout, man.
Do you, bro? You the host.
Cause look, I don't know if Steph would have been scoring on that Boston defense either. However, like I said, Steph number 3, Embiid 4, 5. I don't know, man. It's a toss up between Bron or Yoke. I guess it depends on how I'm feeling. But for the sake of argument, I'm gonna just at this present moment, I'm gonna say, I guess I'm gonna go with Yoke. All right, what you got, James?
I'm gonna go Giannis 1, KD 2, Steph 3, LeBron, then Embiid.
LeBron and Embiid. What you got, Chuck?
Bro, I ain't got no order. I ain't even about to try to order. I'm Steph, Embiid, Giannis, KD. I mean, I keep LeBron in there. LeBron.
What you got, Joe?
And I got Greek Freak, Embiid, no order. Steph, Jokic, and KD.
Who Joe leave out?
You say Jokic.
Bron.
I left out Bron.
Okay.
Yeah, I left Bron out.
Why are you shaking your head, Michelin man?
Oh, fellas. Y'all know my man had probably the worst Lakers season ever, but that's tough. A lot of these are based on numbers.
You were saying career over Lakers, career over.
I did, but I ain't gonna take the man out of the daggone top.
Hey, look, Courtney, man. No, it's not disrespect to Luka, bro, but these people been doing it longer, man. Like that's why Ja not nobody top 5. It's hard to take somebody off of 1 or 2 seasons, huh?
Tyree, I'm gonna just give you a little background on that comment right there. That's Courtney. His thing is based on this season only. He ranks his top 5, whatever every year.
So if you
I'm
rank,
just letting you know what his comment is about.
I still don't think he's top 5 this year.
I mean, I agree
So,
with you.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what he do.
Yeah, okay,
if you rank it only off of top 5 this year, I could get that.
I don't see out of all those 5 how LeBron not in it. You're gonna have to have a 5A, 5B. I just don't understand how LeBron's not in it.
Is that how you?
The top 5 is usually based on if y'all going by the team winning, then I can see it. But a lot of them go by numbers, what they had in their stats.
But Avery, it's hard.
I just don't understand.
But it's hard to say when your team ain't made the playoffs.
And I agree, and I understand why people taking them out. But like, it ain't like my man fell off.
So I got a question. Was his numbers? I'm pretty sure his numbers better than Steph, right?
Yes.
I'm just asking the question. So do y'all feel like he's better than Steph?
I don't. I
Okay,
don't.
So, okay. So my next question is, and I might be wrong. I'm asking the question. Greek, Embiid, Jokic, all of their numbers were better than him this year. Am I right or wrong? I don't know.
No, if I'm not mistaken, LeBron was second in scoring. If I'm not mistaken.
But overall,
I mean, when you talk about stat line, I ain't talking
all
about
three
rebound.
he was giving. I mean, I know they had monster like I don't know was Embiid
like all across the board.
averaging
Talking about their stat
double.
line, right?
I got you. Was Embiid averaging double?
Yeah,
Embiid
I'm not mistaken,
was 30,
still
12, and 5.
Right,
Yeah,
right. But LeBron was still
LeBron averaged 30, 8, and 6.
Like I don't
Yeah,
know.
but y'all also but see, this is my thing though. but y'all also was in the chat talking about how he getting to doing bum time.
That's what great. It's empty
And
stats.
okay, his team was bad. Like it was. This probably worse than when he brought the
about
team.
empty is as long
Probably
as
worse
the
than he
burger
brought
tray
the
is
team
empty
to the finals in 07. Like it was bad. You know what I mean? But just I don't know, man.
You can't say it was worse than the team that went to finals in 07. Because you got Russell Westbrook on the team.
Brought to the finals.
They got three all-stars on their team.
Are you kidding me right now?
Did Avery give his 5?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I have 6. That's what I did. I named everybody on this side of the block.
Come on, man. He
said
5.
Hey, this ain't a 6 count at McDonald's, bro.
We're doing the honorable mention, man.
I don't care how you do it.
All right, what you got, Ray?
Hey, whoa, hold on, Ray. Before that, you got an issue? Cause I pull up. Oh, I know that.
One place you pulling up is to get something to eat, man. It ain't time to eat yet. What you got, Ray?
Giannis 1, Steph 2, Embiid 3, Joker 4, 5A, 5B, Luka Tatum.
So no KD.
I got a question.
Y'all better get him.
This is what it
get him. Y'all got on me.
But I got a question because it seemed like this is what people were doing. So now all of a sudden, KD is out of everybody's. Not just you. I'm talking about ain't jab at you. I'm talking about Facebook, social media, everything. So all of a sudden, he's not top 5 because he had one bad series. Now he's not top 5. That's a question for everybody.
Check my police record. I'm known deep in these streets. I ain't been on the KD bet.
So he hasn't been in your top 5 in the last, I'll say 2 years. I'll just say 2. He's not top 5 to you?
Well, I just gave you my 5.
But I'm asking you why. I'm asking you why.
Because the 5 people that I named I feel are better. I don't.
One question I do have: how does Tatum jump KD off of this series?
No, I don't got
no. Have you watched Tatum all year?
Yeah, this is his. Listen, I'm a Tatum fan.
Actually, the second half of the season.
I'm a 100% Tatum. I've never had Tatum in my top 15 at the time.
So again,
no.
So question:
you're basing off this year, correct?
Yeah, we're ranking off this year. What makes KD over Tatum?
KD ain't been hooping this year. He had a bad playoff series. He hasn't been balling this year.
KD was hooping this year. KD got hurt. That was the first
I'm a little confused.
That was the first place in the East. KD got hurt. Come on, KD was hooping this year. He got hurt. Kyrie out half the season. Come on now.
Do that count? What's the best ability? Do that count?
Come on now.
Hold on. I'm asking a question. Do that or do that not count? Do it not count that he was hurt half the season? Do that not count at all?
So what Ja Morant get most improved in?
And man, time out. You know what? Time out. You know what I did when y'all gave y'all top 5s? I sat here and shut my mouth. Don't worry about my top 5. That's the sports reporter I pay top 5.
Oh, sports reporter.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I told you that's why it's
5A, 5B, Luka Tatum. Deal with it.
Hey, but see, Ray, if it was a better 5, you'd be with. Hey,
yeah, we wouldn't.
It'd be the O would be off of there. It would be sports reporter with. All right.
Okay? Right. So we're going to check that. You make sure you check out my man Ray Lynn, because he just told us that he was quiet.
I don't see Tatum making first team All NBA, man.
No, he's not, because you can't make it off a Joker. Embiid and Giannis is going to be the 4.
Slow down on that though. So here's the funny.
What?
Because the All NBA don't work like All Star.
It's positionally.
They already said that they're going to give either Giannis and Joker the 4 position. I'm telling you what they said.
I know, but you're saying what they said. This is what I think may happen. This is just an opinion. I don't know this to be true. Avery, I'm not even disagreeing with you, and you trying to your face up. Just listen. I'm simply saying
he ain't gonna make first team
on All NBA. Right? There's a center position, then 2 forwards. Unlike All-Star, right? So what I think is going to happen. This is just what I think is going to happen. I think voters are going to split their votes between Embiid and Jokic at center, and not enough people are going to vote for either one of them at the forward spot. That's what I think is going to happen. Because it's not like I can sit and do my ballot with you.
You got 3 finalists as the MVP. All 3 are going to be first team.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
But I mean, we did
Avery.
Because watch this.
Hold on.
Hold on, watch this. You can give Cat a first team, and you get Clint Capella a center as a first team. Now, it may not happen like that.
But Avery, I will say this. In Ray Lee's defense, I don't think Embiid made first team last year.
Because he got hurt.
No, but he was top 3 in MVP though. He
was still top 3 in MVP.
He was number 3 in MVP. He was number 2 actually.
He should have been first
because
team.
He got hurt. He don't get hurt. We ain't having this conversation.
I know.
The votes got split. That's what we're saying. They don't got nothing to do with him getting hurt.
You're saying they rate him as the second center instead of one of the four.
Right. I'm saying I think most people are going to have their ballot set up with Jokic or Embiid
based
as
off
the
this
center.
year. Based off this year, they already said they can rate him in fourth. I think all three going to get in. They're not going to let him.
I hope it works like that, Avery, because that's the way it should be. I hope it works like that. But I just know last year Embiid didn't make first team. I was a little disappointed by that because he had a great season, and he missed some games, but I don't think he missed enough not to make first team because LeBron missed a lot. What did LeBron miss a lot of games?
It wasn't. Hold on, but listen, it wasn't just because he missed games. It's because the guy that played the same position as him won MVP, and ain't but one center on the first team. That was the problem, and that's what I think is going to happen this year. Is both of those guys
that's why they didn't do
center,
and that's why I think they split them.
I think at one point they were trying to make like a forward center
for that problem.
They are
the forward center, so they could try to put him on there. I think they were trying to do that.
That's why.
If we really want to talk about the issue, the problem is just go ahead and make it like the All-Star team, where you have 3 front court players and call it a day. Then you don't have this problem. You know what I'm saying?
I think the only reason why they're not doing that because you know who it's going to hurt? It's going to hurt guys like Rudy Gobert. He'll never make another All-NBA team if they do that.
Good. Guys like DeAndre Jordan who made it in the 2000 team should have never made it.
Yeah, Rudy Gobert would suffer.
Well, he about to start suffering now. Only reason he been making all NBAs because Minnesota wasn't successful. He ain't never been better than Cat. This year he won't make it. I promise you.
Nah, I think it's going to be the 3. I think it's going to be Cat, and I like
Clinton. Be a third team.
He may make third, right? If they put it like that, he may make third.
You mean if Jokic and Embiid go first team?
Right.
Pat gets second team?
He still has 15.
Cat's going to make one of those.
Yeah, career high rebounds and field goal percentage.
But he gets you.
What they got DeRozan at?
Second
team. That's another weird one.
He's going to be second team.
That's another weird one.
But
made the All-Star team as a guard, but he a small forward. He's been starting small forward all year, but made the All-Star team as a guard.
But they're going to put him at small forward, though, too. That's why I think they're going to put him at second team.
Yeah, see, the only thing about the first team, Q, I do agree with what Ray Lynn said earlier. I do think it might be D-Book. And I know me and Avery was talking about it yesterday. I knew we was missing somebody, D-Book and Luka. I can't see them getting first team, but I think if Ja is any lower than second team, something ain't right. No,
those are the guards. It's got like in whatever order you put them in, it'll be those 4 on the first 2 teams.
So you think DeRozan to be third team, or you think
I think DeRozan's gonna make the second team as a 4?
As a 4, but it'd be what, him and Tatum?
I had Tatum on the first team, but I had Tatum on the first team based on either Embiid or Jokic being the center, right? Like the old school way, where hey, look, man, both of those guys was great. Like you go back to the 90s because a lot of people do this. Akeem Olajuwon or David Robinson was going to be second team.
Right, for the second.
You mean this is what it is.
Patrick Ewing, yeah.
Shaq, like somebody ain't gonna make.
You had to bump somebody off.
That's the reason why your boy Ray Allen only got like 3.
So is Jimmy Butler getting on?
2. I think Jimmy Butler's gonna be a forward on the third team.
Third team.
Yeah, it's possible.
And the funny thing about Gobert.
What about CP3?
Make the second team, I ain't got Gobert over Bam Adebayo.
Nah, I don't think CP3
is gonna make it.
I don't think CP3 man.
I do.
No,
I think make third team.
You think he'd be the third team?
Yeah.
My 2 guards on the third team. I got Trae Young and Donovan.
I forgot. Know this. My fault. Know this.
But I got Trae Young and Donovan Mitchell.
I think Chris Paul's gonna make that team because based off what they were talking about MVP.
I don't know, man. Trae Young put up some crazy numbers though.
I'm telling you, I have a feeling, and this is my feeling. I think since they've been talking about Chris Paul,
he said Siakam over Butler.
I don't know.
Nah.
But I think Chris Paul probably be the third team because based off the year he had and what Phoenix did. That's just me.
All right, got you. Everybody get they top 5? Top 5. All right. So what's the one thing that Brooklyn has to do in this offseason going forward? Give me one thing. You can give me 2 if you want to, but give me one thing they have to do this offseason in order for them to for the sake of argument, let's say win the Eastern Conference and make the NBA Finals next year. What you got, James?
I guess a better coaching staff.
So you think Steve career over Steve Nash?
Steve Nash should have never been there. I don't think so, but KD wanted him there, so I would say a better coaching staff. I don't know if Ben Simmons might not even play ever again, so I said better coaching staff. And I would say definitely for them, They got to get bigger guards. We all talked about it, man. They had them little small guards out there trying to play up against Tatum and all them boys. Got Curry out there. They got Dragic 6'2". They got all the small guards. Their defense got to improve. So, new coach staff, I say get bigger guards to help out.
Hey man,
Kyrie small guard too. They got a lot of small guards, and they couldn't handle them boys.
I don't like Boston, but we gotta give my man Marcus Smart some credit, man. That boy a dog, man. What you think? What you thinking, Chuck? What do they need to do? So James said get some bigger guards and new coach.
Yeah, because Bruce Brown, he's 6'4". He's your power forward, almost like
the power forward.
Yeah, so
that's the new NBA though.
Yeah, I agree. I would say they just need some athletes with some length.
Yeah,
whether it's guards or forwards or whatever, they just need some length. They don't need nobody to score 30. You don't need nobody. You need somebody to play defense, rebound, defend. And I think that'll be fine. I also think they need to go ahead and give Claxton the rope, man. Rock with him, in my opinion.
So let me.
I like Claxton, so I think they need to make him like the big guy for the near future.
So I know you say you need somebody that with some length that could do something. How'd you feel about this? What about Andrew Wiggins to the Nets?
I think that helps, in my opinion. I don't think Wiggins is like that amazing or that, but I think what he brings to the table will help them. In my opinion,
I don't know what you would give up or what you could give up.
Right, but putting him into it, I think it helps.
I honestly was on the phone with somebody earlier this week, man. I think the Hawks need to try and get him. I don't know what they would give up, but you got to get Ice Trae some help, man, and he needs somebody that could.
They can give up Collins.
Well, my question for Hunter to you, Tyrus, is that to me they have players that's like him already. What is he going to do different from a Hunter? What is he going to do different from a? I feel like they already got that.
Be available because it seems like the other dude's already hurt. Always hurt.
Collins is.
Every time I turn around, Collins is hurt. Man, people talk about AD and some of these other guys being hurt. Man, this dude Collins, he's never around.
But I don't think it's because he ain't on AD no level though. That's why we don't really pay too much attention.
But I mean, they need him though.
Maybe
they need Collins,
man. More.
Obviously not. They obviously don't need him because they ain't winning whether he play or whether he don't. Man, they get smacked up anyway.
They need Collins, but my man was consistently 20 and 10 when he was playing. All right, what you think, Ray?
You said to win the East.
Yeah, to win the East.
Trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Oh hell! All right.
So I'm gonna give you a real answer because they're not gonna win the East as long as he's there, right? The person nobody's talking about who Brooklyn really missed towards the end of the season in these playoffs was Joe Harris, right? Like not a great player, but you need that guy out there to create space. You need somebody to create spacing, especially when their entire offense is ISO. We just gonna let KD and Kyrie rock. You need a guy out there that can knock down shots. Like that dude was shooting 40%. They didn't have nobody to do that.
Yeah, but Ray, I will say this. That's what I was about to say. For as much as we talk about Tatum locking up KD, they couldn't guard nobody. Marcus Smart getting tip-ins over Blake Griffin, man. Come on, man.
But my thing is this, right? Go look at Brooklyn's roster last year and this year, besides Harden, and tell me what's missing. Because last year it was KD was a toe away and he'd have been a champion soon. Okay, so what's missing this year? KD was a toe away last year. Now they get swept in the first round. What's the big difference?
I will say this because I think the guys can vouch for me. I told them, and everybody was like, "Well, you got to do it." I would have never made a trade for Harden. I would have kept Jared Allen. I would have kept LeVert. I would have kept the team constructed as it was. Mind you, I know Kyrie little situation happened. I would have kept the team constructed as it was. Right. To me, I feel like you were a better team, and I didn't know this was going to happen. But if you look at it, you don't have Harden anyway, so we don't know that happened.
I don't think they was going to be able to keep Jared Allen, man.
Huh?
I think that's what it boiled down. I don't think it was.
He had another year.
He was still under contract.
Yeah.
Hey, Chuck.
I thought they should have been free.
I don't even disagree. I don't even disagree with maybe they should not have traded for Harden, right? Mm-hmm. But let's fast forward past. They did trade for Harden. They get in the playoffs, and the entire world says KD was a toe away. What's different now? Same team.
I don't know if that helps them if they get Bill, though.
Really, the same team.
Yeah,
Harden played on half a leg. Harden played on half a leg, right? And everybody said they was a toe away. So
And then Kyrie
now Harden's out, but
playing that series.
Kyrie's there, right? Kyrie's there, Harden's not. The rest of the roster looks the same up and down with the exception of Joe Harris. They even added some players. You add Drummond, you add Seth Curry. Right? You didn't lose. You lost Harden, who was playing on half a leg last year. So what was the major difference this year? Maybe at some point we as fans should realize that Kevin Durant not who y'all thought he was.
No, I know.
Here you go. See, I knew you was circling around that. All right, Joe. What you got?
Who y'all think he is?
Okay, I got
a hot take.
Joe, what the Nets need to do, man, to besides trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo, because I think every team would be better if they did that.
Man, I think they're really gonna have to come up with another big trade this upcoming season, because really, I mean, they got 3 monster checks they're gonna have to pay out. I mean, Ben, KD, and Kyrie. Kyrie got an option coming up, so they didn't bring all them jokers over there to get knocked out in the first round or even just be a playoff team. They wanted to be a championship contender. So with that being said, they got to find the money, and that means either one of the big 3 leaving and bring a 3-and-D guy over there, a perimeter defender or something like that. But first off, they got the biggest issue. They're gonna have to find the money.
Oh, I will say this too real quick. I forgot because the fool ain't play. If he's available, because I know that's Ray and Avery Day, and they write available. If he's available, Ben Simmons does help that team.
He does.
Oh, for sure.
On the defensive side of the ball, he helps that team a lot.
For sure.
And that's what they were missing. They were missing defense. So everybody talk about the offensive side of the ball,
but that's what I'm saying, Joe. They couldn't guard his soul.
The Celtics was
Tatum was having his way with whoever switched on him.
No, Jaylen Brown was having his way with whoever he wanted to.
Man, that's because they had Curry, Dragic, and Dagon. What's the other
right
name?
in the middle.
What's the other guy? Yeah, they had Patty Mills going to do with Jaylen Brown?
Exactly. So if your 3 guards is under 6'4" and they smallest guard, their smallest guard is 6'4", I mean,
and if they hold on to Nash, I'll say that I was eating lunch with somebody. Then we had this conversation of how bad a coach Nash was. Right. My thing was, well, all he did was try to implement D'Antoni's system, and the problem I think Brooklyn had offensively, which was why Harden was so huge last year. We know it's a lot. It's ISO heavy and pick and roll. The difference was with Steve Nash and Harden, you have a guy who was just as good a facilitator as scoring. Kyrie and KD are scorers, right? So now you put them in that system and it don't flow the same way because they're not going to get. I mean, we saw them try to start passing later, but that was out of necessity. Like, oh, they're hunkering down on us on defense. We got to try and get other guys involved. But that's not their nature. Harden was a hell of a passer. Nash was a hell of a. They don't have nobody to facilitate D'Antoni's offense.
That's true.
That's where Ben Simmons would help.
Even CP3 in the D'Antoni, it's the same offense.
But that's also. Would you attribute that?
No, Ray. Don't do that. Don't do that, Ray. Don't do that.
So you know what? That was almost a compliment. Where other guys, I think D'Antoni system enhanced their play. I don't think it enhanced CP3's play. He's always been that good.
Yeah, always been like that.
It ain't like I saw CP3 and D'Antoni's offense and went, "Oh, he's great now." He was always to the playoffs.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the style. I'm sorry. The offense fits him. You see what I'm saying? Like he's a natural passer.
I would have loved to see Chris Paul in his prime in D'Antoni's offense without Harden.
With some shooters around him. Yeah,
like I mean. By the way, the most improved player that was averaging 28 is averaging 20 in this series, shooting 40%, and he's 5 for 13, down 11 going into the 4th.
No, he just dunked on the man up the middle. Anyway,
that was the end of the quarter, right?
Yeah, he just dunked on the man just in the middle. He's been having a bad series. To answer y'all question, I know we got to move on. To answer your question, y'all missing it. To me, I think it's more of the Kyrie effect. You don't know when the man gonna show up. You don't know if he's
there for the playoffs.
You don't know when the man gonna show up.
For them 4 games.
You don't know when the man gonna show up.
Nets and 7.
You don't know when the man gonna show up. He want to go out. He got to take breaks because riotous is happening. He got to take break. He got to put Sage. He got to take a mental health break. He don't want to get the shot.
I thought you was a poster child for mental health.
I am, but I'm just saying. He takes a lot of breaks. He wants that big check, but he takes a lot of breaks.
But everybody's saying trade Kyrie, but that's
no. This is the issue. Hold on. If you do not fix that issue, you can say whatever you want to say. If they do not fix that issue with that Kyrie, the Nets are going to be the same team next year. Okay, let's just get this clear. You're 100% right. They got Ben Simmons for 4 years. They got KD for 4 more years. They got Ben Simmons for 3 years. Kyrie has an option. They're already talking about is he gonna take the 5-245 or is he gonna take the 4-190? I ain't paying him neither one. I want him to opt in and prove to me that you really want to play basketball.
Man, Kyrie be a fool to opt in. Ain't nobody opting in.
Then hold on. Then if you opt in, then take the weight off. With the James Harden, I don't really. I agree and a little disagree. You couldn't pay Jared Allen. You know what I mean? Because he was coming up. I think he would have been a restricted free agent. They would have thrown the boatload out. They weren't going to be able to afford him. So you might as well get something to do whatever.
Hey, Avery.
Yes.
Who played more games last year, KD or Kyrie or Harden? Who played the most games out of them 3 last year?
I think Harden.
Harden, right?
Harden.
I want to say Harden.
Y'all thought that? Harden played 36. Harden played 36. Kevin Durant played 35. Kyrie played 54. But he's the guy that don't show up.
He don't show up. I mean, I don't know what kind of basketball you be watching. You worry about the. You know, if he ain't injured,
when people say he don't show up, they're not necessarily
like he takes days off for no reason.
Talking about the issues. Yes. Every other week you got something
with
them.
Listen, that's a media thing, man. Kyrie's now become the guy everybody.
Kyrie makes his own media.
Kyrie's the guy everybody loves to hate.
That's
like fine. Kyrie went to an arena.
Let me finish
was
my
minding
point.
his business.
You can have his back all you want to,
and it was saved, and that became a big deal.
Go ahead, man. At the end of the day, if they don't fix that Kyrie problem, they're gonna have the same problem next year. I don't think Steve Kerr. I mean, my fault. I don't think Steve Nash should get fired. They're already talking about they're gonna keep him this year, the next year. I think he had a bad hand. He had a whole lot of players. You know that you got to keep Claxton. I agree. I like that pick. What you gonna do with Bruce Brown? You may need to get bigger. But you got Ben Simmons. You don't know if he's going to play. You got Kyrie. He want to take days off, and KD. He getting a little more injury prone.
That's what I'm about to say. Is it more of that with the Nets? Because they've been together 3 years now. The first year they didn't play at all. The second year, like you said, like Ray pointed out, 36, 35, 52, and this year like 57, 50 something. They're not even on the court together.
They're not all together, right? They're not all together. But if you look at each year, Kyrie has something. There's something wrong with Kyrie. Something. Each year.
So maybe that's the issue. They
something wrong with KD every year.
KD is the one that was a big toe away for getting to the Eastern Conference Finals. So stop that.
Now he's a big toe away. He's a big toe away now, right?
What do you mean?
He had him size 35s on.
KD get every pass in the world.
Hard on KD, but KD really don't say much. But you ain't hard on Kyrie when he just want to take days off for no reason. He's not a team guy. Every team he is not a team guy. He's a
I don't know, man. Y'all say the same thing about my boy Jimmy Buckets, man. He be out there getting.
They don't got no chemistry though. They don't have no chemistry together.
He ain't no team guy in Cleveland. He want a team guy.
You got to be available to get chemistry though.
Yeah, they don't have no chemistry. Think about it.
Watch my word. If this happens again, it's gonna be the same mess. Watch. And KD gonna regret it.
All right, Avery.
Last brother.
You the master of this. What you got?
He should stay in the state and let Ray talk junk about him winning. I'd rather talk junk about me about getting ships than talk junk about me now. I ought to get them ships and just talk about
right. Don't get the ships.
Should have stayed in Golden State.
What you got, Avery?
We got the ship the first year. He was hurt the whole year.
This easy. You play 12 games. You got James Harden here running in fat. He quit. He walked. He see a ball about to go out of bounds. He just walked to it. They still in Detroit. KD knee hurt. Kyrie said he don't want to take the vaccination. He do want to take the vaccination. He needs the New York City to override the vaccination, which I thought was crap. What New York City was. It's Brooklyn.
It was.
It's Brooklyn. Period. They hot garbage.
Bro,
Garbino.
Shout out to Tyron Benders, man.
Benders. Brooklyn. Career over Brooklyn, bro. Career over Brooklyn. I said it from the beginning. I'm going to say it now. They are fraudulent. They fraud. You can't come up here and try to get these super teams and think this is going to work. It's about chemistry. If you don't have everybody on the floor, if you don't have everybody like each other, I mean, there's something. Go to dinner, do something.
Chasing butterflies.
But it's cruel.
It was a soap opera. It was hard to watch, to be honest, man. Like every week is something different.
And here's one issue. And this is a
I
big
still
issue
believe
about
that
Golden
Kevin
State.
Durant, though. I thought he was gonna get him.
But watch this. This is why I am
Anyway.
disappointed. I'm huge disappointed about Kevin Durant. One major thing. He left OKC because of Westbrook, basically, right? He felt Westbrook was more selfish. He wanted a free flow basketball, right? He goes to Golden State with free flow. They take the back seat to him. You go back and essentially get the same daggone player in Kyrie and go right back to ISO ball.
Yep.
Like, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah,
Like,
good point there, man.
Kyrie is man's though.
First time you ever made a good point, man. You're right.
You went right back to the same guy. It's just a younger fella.
He probably felt like he got to prove something to himself, Abe.
What does he have to prove? At the end of the day, he's already top 75. He's going to the Hall of Fame. He has 2 final MVPs. He has an MVP. He has a couple scoring titles. He has 2 world championships. And I get the narrative.
Because he tired of people like Ray Lynn walking around talking about his sub.
One thing I can agree with Ray Lynn.
That's why he feel like he got something to prove.
I agree with Ray Lynn. This is one thing, and he be talking that mumbo jumbo half the time. But this is one time I agree with him. When he's talking about KD, he's right. In OKC, he had his team. They got to the finals one time. They lost a 3-1 lead. He jumped ship. Instead of taking your bruises, trying it again, he jumped ship. Went there. The narrative said, "Damn, you want to go to what do you call it? Infinity Stone team? That's what you did." So then he leaves that team to go and say, "Hey, I don't want Ray Lynn to talk about me. So I gotta go in there with a nappy head and ashy ankles and go ahead and try to go ahead and shoot it, and it ain't working." So I agree.
Tell me this: then is the narrative beginning that KD can't carry a team?
Beginning,
he ain't carried it. He been to 1 finals by himself. There's a lot of teams. There's a lot of players that are superstars that cannot carry a team. There's only a handful of people.
He
let Little Light Bright come take over his conference.
No, there's only about 5 people that you feel confident that can carry their team. 5 in the NBA.
But see, a lot of people you couldn't have told that before this playoff series.
So let's be honest. At the beginning of the season, you didn't feel confident that KD could carry Brooklyn this year.
My issue with KD
is, but it's exposed it
to we the prisoner of the moment right now. At the beginning of the season, you felt that KD could carry Brooklyn.
No,
we James.
No,
James.
you know why? You know why I never felt they could carry it? Because of that Kyrie. That's why.
All right, look here, man. We got to continue this conversation next week, man. This because we could talk about Brooklyn, however Avery said, all day, every day. Shout out to my boy Ray Lynn, sports reporter without pay. We're gonna put him on how to get that last part of that name on with him. But we appreciate him. He always come through whenever I hit him. And
You
shout
went
out
to
to
the
my
finals
boy.
at OKC and play against LeBron James now, man. Y'all gotta stop it, bro.
Hey, Tyree.
I just named one.
Can you do me a favor?
What's
I
up?
don't want to talk to James. Can you tell James that OKC lost to Miami in 2012 and the entire world thought that the rest of the 2000 teams was going to be like the 80s? We all thought it was going to be KD versus Brown for the foreseeable future. And then OKC lost in 13. They lost in 14. And then in 15, a strange thing happened. That little light-skinned dude over there in California came over and took over the whole Western Conference.
All right.
And KD
Okay,
couldn't
I
get back
got
to the
you,
finals. Can you tell James?
I don't think it was the little light-skinned dude. I think it was the other guy. Game 6 Clay. I clearly remember Game 6 Clay went off.
Avery.
Avery.
Avery, when me and you get a chance, because I want to do it on this show, me and you gonna sit down and I'm gonna break down all of Clay's Game 6 for you and show you how much of a lie that is. We can do that.
All right.
So look, like I was saying,
We can
man.
do that.
Shout out to my boy Coach Joe Brown for pulling up. You got to pull up again, man, because I know
But it was
Avery Ray and Chuck.
it was Magic Johnson and James Worthy. He'd be right up there.
Definitely appreciate it, fellas.
Hey man,
Yeah,
Joe,
appreciate
you
it,
know.
Joe.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Hey Ray Lynn, we ain't
What up?
appreciate you. You can go on to the house. You can go and click off right now.
Hey, I can't share screen, can I? I can't do that, can I?
All right, look, man.
These stats, boy, these numbers, boy. He
Here
pull
we
them
go
up.
again.
Somebody tell Q that. Tell Q that.
Tell Q that.
Because he was in the comments talking about Kyrie missed 118 games. Tell him that.
There you go. It's up on the screen.
Make sure you know.
They have no chemistry, bro. Them cats never play.
All right, y'all.
They
We'll
never
see y'all
played.
next week.
But they made a lot of money, though.
Hey.
They made a lot of money.